Hi there, welcome to the Schwowin's Nest. My name is Sandra, and today is a brand new episode of Timber Tuesday where all of my projects are wood related. Let's get crafting. This project is inspired by something I saw on the Pottery Barn website, and it was just called a finial piece. So I have this piece of a bed frame. I've cut it down, and now I'm just going to take my rough grit sandpaper, and I believe this is a 60 grit, and just get some of the finish off. I don't like this sort of mahogany color, but I want some of it to peek through. I just want this to look really old and weathered, like it's been out in the sun for a couple of years or maybe even for 10 or 15 years. To give the piece a little bit more substantialness at the bottom, I'm going to use this 2x4 block. That's sort of the same color, but I'm going to then just use some hot glue and glue the finial piece right on top of the 2x4. Then I'm going to take a little bit of some mahogany gel stain that I have and color the 2x4 a little bit better so it blends in with the look of the finial. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to wipe it back with a paper towel, and this project is done, and I think it looks amazing. Thank you to all of my current subscribers. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new to my channel and you like what you see so far, I'd love it if you could hit that red button too. This project is another really simple one. I had 2x4s glued together and stained for a different project. And for this video, I'm using a lot of the stuff that I have in my stash. I am not going out to the stores to buy absolutely anything. I have so much stuff in my basement and in my craft room. I got to use everything up first before I buy anything else new. So what I'm doing is just drilling some random holes into the block. I'm going to do some on this side and then on the other side. I added a skewer right into one of the center holes, and I debated about painting it black, but I think I'm going to just leave it the wood color. I'm taking now one of these little wooden clothespins that I got in a pack at a dollar store somewhere, and I'm just going to use my hot glue and glue it on so I can then add my little piece of decorative paper there. Now, at first, I started gluing it the wrong way. I want it to be up, so I had to pull it off and start over. You could definitely use this for photos. I'm just going to be adding this pretty little piece of paper for now, and it has a cardinal on it, and I just love cardinals. They come to my bird feeder all the time, so I just thought this would be appropriate. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is just take some greenery and just stick them into the holes. I'm not going to glue anything in because I thought it would be a great idea to be able to change the greenery out for the season. So for right now, I'm just going to put some greens in it. But for spring, I think it would be beautiful with some tulips or some lavender. And you could just have so much fun with something like this for the whole year. Let me know if you think you might make something like this too for your home. I really love it. This next project is a little, how do I say it? I'm not sure if I like it, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. I'm just taking this wooden block, just a scrap piece of wood, and I'm just going to paint the whole thing black. Just one coat will do fine. I have this really smooth linen fabric. It kind of looks like drop cloth, and I'm just going to cut out a piece that will fit onto a regular piece of printer paper. I'm going to use some painter's tape to tape the fabric right onto the printer paper. And you just have to be really careful that you don't have any bumpy edges. You want the fabric to lay really super flat. You can do this with a lot of different types of fabric. You just have to make sure that it is a little bit on the thicker side because if it's a little too thin, it might not sit on the paper properly. I have also seen other crafters use some temporary spray adhesive to spray their fabric right onto the paper. I didn't have any at the time, so I'm just using my painter's tape, and it worked out perfectly. The graphic that I created will be available on my website as a free printable. So all you have to do is go down to my description box, click on the link. It'll take you right to my file share. If you don't already have a account on my website, then you will need to sign up for one, and then you'll be able to download whatever you want. I wanted to have some rough edges on this, so I just took my fabric scissors, cut a little snip, and now I'm just tearing the fabric. Now, I was only able to tear it on the long sides. On the short sides, it just didn't want to do it because of how the pattern is. I did give it a try, like you see me doing here, but it's not working. So I decided just to cut that, and then I will just pick out some of the strands later on and give this the same type of look. Instead of gluing the fabric down, I didn't want to have any of those glue spots coming through the fabric and making it a different color. I decided to take these little upholstery tacks and then just nail them in. I'm going to put one in each corner of the design. I just think that made it look really vintage and old. Using some beads and an old little tiny spindle, I decided to add some embellishments to the sign. And as I said earlier, I like how the embellishments turned out, but I'm not sure I like the actual fabric sign itself. So you're going to have to let me know what you think of this piece, if it's a little too out there or if it would be something that you would display in your home. What would you change about this to make it look a little different? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I added two beads to the top of the sign, glued those down, and now I'm going to be adding some hot glue on top of the beads and gluing the spindle on top of them. Then I decided to add some beads down at the bottom. I probably should have used square feet instead of the beads because it stands on its own, but it's a little tippy. So, anyway, let me know what you think. The first thing I'm going to do for this project is cut these two dowels. I believe they're 1/4 inch dowels, and I'm going to make them on a little bit of an angle because I want to be able to glue them onto the bamboo ring. I think the rings I got from the Dollar Tree. Once I have that done, I'm going to just use some hot glue and just glue them together. It's not going to be the sturdiest thing out there, but I think it'll work for what I have in mind. I used the spacing of the two dowels to drill two little holes into my wood piece so the dowels would have a little bit more somewhere to stick. So just instead of laying them flat right onto the wood piece, I thought it would be a little sturdier if they had a little bit of depth into the wood piece. So that's what I did. And now I'm just using some hot glue again to hold it in place. At the top of the bamboo ring, I added a small piece of dowel, and this is where I'm going to be gluing this little galvanized home sign. And these came from Crafter Square at the Dollar Tree. I think I've had them for a couple years in my stash. I still have one more. And but when I decided to put that on there and I looked at the galvanized and the wood, I just really didn't like that combination. So this project is going to be going through quite a few changes, and that's what we crafters do. We look at stuff, we decide to have something in our brain, we try to get it out there, and sometimes it just doesn't turn out the way we want, so we just have to change direction. And as you can see, I took this outside and gave it one coat of black satin spray paint, and I think it's going to look much better against the natural wood. I decided to add a little piece of dowel down at the bottom too, just to make sure that the home sign would stay put. I just wanted a few sprigs down at the bottom. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of a solo wood flower. I don't have very many of these left, so I'm going to have to place an order for those. They're my favorite florals to work with. I just love the naturally rustic look of them, and with wood projects, I think they blend in so nicely. When it was all done and I was starting to take some photos to show you all, didn't like the look of the light wood. So I decided just to take a little water-based stain that I have mixed up, just a little bit of burnt umber and some water and a little bit of gray paint as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and stain the whole thing. So all of the wood is going to get stained this color. And I'm really liking the effect of the dark wood with the black. I don't know. It's the farmhouse in me probably, but I do like the weathered woods. I like the whites, but I'm sort of gravitating towards some darker stains this year. I hope you enjoyed my first Timber Tuesday DIYs for 2024. I'm hoping to have many more this year as well. Make sure you do all the things, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and the like button. Thanks so much for your support, and I'll see you in the next one.